Okay, next. Now, Panchanga is the 5 limbs of time. Time has 5 limbs. We talked yesterday about 5 tattvas, 5 principles. These 5 principles are associated with time. And time, what is happening, has fire, called Agni, water, Jala, air is Vayu, earth is Prithvi, and the sky is Akash. You learned that yesterday. And we have 5 elements of time. In Jyotish, we must know these 5 at any point of time. Every day there is Vara. What's a Vara? It's a weekday. Weekday. Vara is weekday. Sanskrit for weekday is Vara. So I'm teaching you Sanskrit simultaneously. Huh? Okay. Tithi is water, Jala. Because all creation happens from water. All relationships are nothing but the flow of water. Life is nothing but a flow. It's like a river. It's water. Air is nakshatra. The constellation where the moon is controls your air. And depending upon how much of air you have in your oxygen cylinder, that much of life you have got. So from your nakshatra, I can calculate the exact day and the time when your oxygen will run out. Beyond that, you can't even have one more breath. It's not allowed, your oxygen has run out.
But do you die before your nakshatra often?
You can die. Because there are 2 things that are involved in death. One is the supply of oxygen and my ability to breathe. If I lose my ability to breathe in some form or manner, like a bomb blast and I'm there, and so I died. So the oxygen supply was there, but I died. So what happens after dying? You still are hanging around the planet and trying to breathe. Because your ticket to heaven happens to be on a date much later. That's why you become a ghost.
Oh, really? Really? I thought that's why we were doing all this meditating, so we just zip on out.
Right.
Exactly. So that you don't have such a death. That death is called apamrityu, means dying before death. Apa means before. Mrityu is death. Earth. The earth element is controlled by a time measure called the Karan. Karan measures your earth element and the extent of earth element that is given to you. The extent of earth element is the amount of wealth that you can hold. That's why some people will become very rich and some people will not become very rich. Because that much of earth they can hold. These are basics, ABC of Jyotish. What I'm talking is ABC of Jyotish. If you didn't get it, you should get it now. Then there is something called a yoga. A yoga is sun plus the moon. When the father and mother are sitting together with everybody else. Where is that? That is called the dining table. So yoga is the dining table. It defines the purpose of your birth. Whether you will fulfill the purpose of your birth or not is defined by yoga. So the time has got 5 qualities. And these 5 qualities of time are Vara, the weekday in which you are born, Tithi, the Vedic date in which you are born, the relationship date in which you are born, the Nakshatra, where the moon was when you were born, Karana, half the Tithi. Half the Tithi is called a Karan. Whether you are in the first half or in the second half. And based upon that, there are some calculations by which we know how much wealth you can hold. That's why beyond that, God cannot even give you wealth if He wants. Because you don't have a purse that big. Ever thought of it like that? People say, oh, wear this gemstone, you'll become a multi-millionaire. No, you can't. Because if you don't have that big a purse in your destiny, you can't. So that tells us how big your purse is. And this tells us yoga, whether the purpose of life. The most important thing in life is the purpose of life. That is the yoga. That is real yoga. Not putting leg up and hand are here. That is Hatha yoga. That is just for the body. This is the real yoga, the sky yoga, which is the purpose of life. So time has 5 elements, of which that which defines your life is Tithi. So Tithi Pravesh is based upon the body and the mind. The two things that are changing every year is your body and your mind. Your soul is not changing. Your soul cannot walk out of this cage. You know that your soul is in a cage? You know jail. Have you ever seen a jail? There is a small room. Then there is a grilled kind of thing, a door, and they shut you in. Lock it up and throw the key away. That was exactly what was done to you when you were created. You, the real you, is about this big. Okay? And this big you was put inside a cage. Have you seen a rib cage? That's why it's called a rib cage. They could have used some other word, but they are intelligent. They knew that we are caged. So the soul is inside the rib cage, in the heart chakra. And it will stay there until its time comes to leave. The soul is the only thing that does not change. Everything else changes with time. Your body changes with time. Your mind changes with time. The way you think is going to change. The way you look is going to change. But what you are is not going to change. Because if I am Sanjay, I am the same Sanjay. You don't tell me that your soul changed anywhere in between. It's not possible, right? Because if the soul leaves the body, you are dead. The body is dead. The body has no life without the soul. Yeah.
The soul have control over you? I mean, it's directing you?
The soul tries to.
It tries. That's what's happening to me.
Yeah. It tries to. It is a battle between the soul and the mind. Haven't you seen your father and mother argue when you were growing up? Tell me which house it doesn't happen. When they argue, it means that there is a battle between your sun and the moon. It means there is a battle between your soul and the mind. It is within you. Your father and mother are only manifesting it. It's your problem. It's like a drama that's happening out there, that your father is saying words to your mother and your mother is saying words to your father, is because your soul and your mind are in disharmony. If you put your soul and your mind in perfect harmony, they will stop fighting.
How do we do that?
Yeah, as a child.
How do we do that, Sanjay?
No, don't say as a child. No. Children are nothing but as a child, it's just a body. Your soul is much older. As you learn how to bring better harmony between the soul and the mind, next time you'll be born in a place where you will find your parents are not fighting. It is you who is improving with time, and every time you take a new body, there is better peace, better harmony. And how to do that? Meditation. Meditate on the ultimate reality, and you will have it. Okay? So, what are we doing exactly by the Tithi Pravesh? We are finding out how much harmony is going to be there between the sun and the moon. The Vedic weekday, the weekday is going to tell us how much light is going to be there in the sun. What is the nature of the light? What is the color of the light? If it's Monday, the color is white. It's white light. It's beautiful. Sunday has red light, orange light. Tuesday has red light. What do you do when you see red light? Press the brakes. It's natural. People did not invent red light like that. It is something that happens. Nature is the grid. Understand the grid. The grid automatically picks up red light for pressing the brakes. And it just doesn't happen in the US, it happens everywhere in the world. And it's not that people copied the US or somebody copied somebody, it is just natural. Green light, go. Like kids who always go, they can't see boundaries, they are always on the go. So if it's a Wednesday, green light, it's green light for you. If it's Thursday, it's the bright, beautiful yellow light of sunrise. You see the light at sunrise? Beautiful, glowing, gold yellow. That is Thursday. Friday, beautiful sunset light. How many times have you sat down and looked at the sunset? Admired it and felt very romantic inside. You know, sunset always gives romantic feelings. Why does sunrise not give romantic feelings? Nobody talks about a beautiful romantic sunrise. Because that's a Jupiter energy and that's a Venus energy. The sunset is like a Venus energy. It's a Friday energy. And Saturday is the darkness. So if it's a Saturday, you are likely to be lurking in the darkness. So that year, you got to be careful. You can get disease, you can have problems. So it all depends which weekday is your birthday.